Hi, this is Majin, and here's some comic reviews for you. We have Supergirl, Superman Unchained, Iron Man, Avengers, X-Men, Nova, Miss Marvel, Invaders, Daredevil. Okay, I'm going to be kind of quick with some of these, though. Let's take a look at Supergirl 29 Reborn. Now, this was just an crazy impulse buy for me because I was kind of curious to see what she's going to like and be like. I have to admit, I wasn't completely disappointed. I liked Silver Banshee. That was a nice look. I mean, compared to what she used to look. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the old Silver Banshee, but I like the new interpretation of it. There's some really good artwork that's involved here also. I like the way they played shadows, for an example there. Uh, for me, though, my biggest worry is how boring is it going to be watching Supergirl just constantly going rah, 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 like a zombie, rage, hate, rah, rah, rah. So that's my fear. But that being said, I was intrigued. I don't know if I'm going to get the next one. I'm going to play it by ear, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Superman Unchained. Basically, uh, I'll word it this way. I wasn't totally disappointed by it. Uh, you can tell that everything that they were leading up to for the ending was basically just them. Everything was actually, let me rephrase it. Snyder was basically planting seeds all the way through the beginning of the storyline until we got to the end. And you can tell that the end game was what really mattered here. Now, it's Jim Lee's art. It's good. Snyder is still a good writer. I still don't really. Superman Unchained is one of those series that I think maybe might be much more appreciated when you get it into a trade. But because for me, these monthly issues, I don't think they're as strong. You get nice little pieces here and there, but if you look at the whole, it might come together smoother. And like, for example, this issue here seemed to be pull things together more than the first five. So that's where I'm starting to come to that conclusion about the series. On the other hand, I really, really like their concept for their variant covers. I wish more companies would do variant covers like this every now and then, where you're going throughout the ages. I just wish I could get the Silver Age one, but I just don't want to pay the money for it. Okay, there's that. Iron Man 23. All I have to say is this was actually pretty decent. Um, Basically, the Mandarin sends its rings everywhere, and one of the rings goes to the Dark Elf. One of Thor's baddies. And, well, he's smarter than your average ring bearer because he decides to kill all of the other ring bearers and take all of the rings for himself. So he's setting himself up to be the new Mandarin. And if he does succeed in that, that's going to be some serious power. Now, the art is okay. I mean, it's not great. There's some really bad stuff along the way, and there's some decent, but for me, it's just kind of like it doesn't hold that look of the future that I would be looking for, with a hint of the fairies and the dark elves and stuff like that. It's somewhere not even in the middle, which is unfortunate. But anyways, uh, I enjoyed it. I'll probably get the next one just to see where this is going to go. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep up with it, though. New Avengers number 15. I enjoyed it. They are basically, this issue here is laying down more information as to what's going on. It's laying down Black Swan, what's going on with her. So it's more of an informational read. The art, parts of it I really, really enjoyed, but other parts I'm going, was that really Tony Stark? Because that don't really quite look like him, type thing. Black Swan, though, they got her looked down. I'll give them that. Overall, though, I mean, it was just more of like, this was like one of those things that it was a much needed read because we really needed to start figuring out what exactly is going on, and it's starting to put things into perspective. And this is definitely not an issue for new readers. I can tell you that right now. But I still enjoyed it. Okay, I'm getting really sick and tired of Cyclops and the X-Men popping up, and then a Sentinel appears, they fight, and then they go, "Why is there somebody targeting us? I declare war on S.H.I.E.L.D. And then that's where the book ends. And we've seen that a few times already. And I understand this is labeled as Uncanny X-Men versus S.H.I.E.L.D., but, let's start the fight already. I'm getting really tired of that, of this repetitive nature. Also, Sabretooth doesn't really look manly any longer. I don't know what's up with that. We get a little more Fate of the Dazzler, and some interesting new powers for magic have been revealed. So, there's a lot of good, there's some bad. I like the art. I just want this war to go. I don't want this, we're going to go to war, just go to war. Let's see some action. Let's see the person who's behind everything, and let's get the ball rolling. That's what I really want now. Okay, Nova Unchained. What I really, really enjoy with this is I'm starting to really like the new Nova design, his costume. Basically, what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Nova like a Peter Parker in space, where it's like he's got to balance school and space travel at the same time. You got, for you Space Knight fans, we have a couple of Space Knight mercenaries, and the art's fairly decent. And, it's not the greatest, but for a book like this is fantastic. The story was entertaining. It was enjoyable. It's not like what I would call stellar. It's not like a 8 out of 10 book or anything like that. But it was entertaining, and I think that's all that really matters, at least, is that you're entertained. I look at this as filler until you get to the really good stuff. Miss Marvel. Now, Miss Marvel, I really wanted to hate this. I really did. You don't understand. I was getting like, oh, why do they have to take this Miss Marvel character name and make it this girl who's got powers that she just stretches and makes her arm big? But I'm really enjoying it. I really, really am. Everything from the writing I think the writing is very strong. The art is perfect. The coloring is great. Because the thing is, this is like I said, this is like a girl who's not from the Middle East, so she's got an entire look, a different look. She's got an entire different family, whole type of lifestyle change, and because of that, when they incorporate a different art style, it really stands out. Like when you put these two books right next to each other, this stands out, and that's why I really, really am appreciating every bit of effort that's going on here. They're kind of making her into like a Peter Parker type character where she's going to have to figure out how to balance being a superhero and then her family life, which is very, very strict. And I'm really curious to see how that's going to go. I'm also liking how they're kind of moving a little bit slowly. I don't want to see a major villain yet, because right now what's more interesting is what's going on with her. And if they keep that up for a little bit longer, I think I'll definitely totally be a fan. I'm really enjoying this book. If you have not bought the first one, I would highly recommend doing it, and at least go on the ride while it's good. Okay, new Invaders. Okay. Even though I'm going, all I gotta say is this. This is basically they're preparing for war, so to speak. They know Namor's captured, so they're gathering the troops together, and they're gonna go save him. So, and that's what this issue is. Now, even though I am really down on it by saying that, let me just tell you, I'm still enjoying it. Robinson's storytelling is good. Is this going to generate sudden interest and make people go, holy crap, the new Invaders, I've never realized they could be so cool? Nah, that's not going to happen yet. I'm just hoping that if you look at the long haul, that's where we're going to get the payoff. I did enjoy the ending to this. There's a little twist to it, which I'm curious to see where they're going to go with that. And it's kind of like what I expected, in that the farther I go into the series, interesting things are going to happen. And for that, Robinson is not disappointed. And finally, Mark Waid's Daredevil, number 1. Daredevil is now in San Francisco. He has been outed. Now, I'm not going to go into a lot of nonsense with this, because, look, this is a very simple story where they have to lay down the foundation. Here's Daredevil, here's his new location. And Waid does that perfectly. They mentioned like New York, I knew everything. I knew the sights, the radar. I knew where every flagpole was, the smells. I can get around. I can't get around here. I don't know where everything is. And you can tell where he's kind of like off a little bit. And it basically just gives you a beginning story where they're establishing Murdoch in his new location. Now, there's a little surprise at the end, and like I said, overall, I really enjoyed it. But I think, like in the Invaders, I really think that this is going to be one of those books that give it a few issues, and I think that's where you're going to see your payout. Anyways, that is my um, quick reviews. Let's get you some codage. That way you can all be happy and get your free comics. I got my Heroes of the Storm beta, or sorry, alpha key, so I might be playing that a little bit. Once I finally get through the tutorial. If you guys play Heroes, let me know. If you have a key, maybe we can get into a game. I'm still not that great yet, because I never really played, League. And I keep making stupid mistakes. Oh, that one doesn't have a code. And I'll get you one more code. There you go. There you have it. Like and share. Facebook, Crunchyroll Anime Reviews. Let me know what you guys thought about this week's books. Some pretty good books overall. Pretty happy. And we'll have more reviews and stuff later. So until next time.